Hey everyone, it's Vivian Cherie here back with the Entrepreneur City, author and founder of the School of Purpose Academy. I want to welcome you guys to today's training. We're going to be talking about the DNA of the buyer's journey, guys. This is a part of a 3-part series, and today is the finale. I'm going to be talking to you about the final stages of how customers buy and why they don't. This is very, very important if you are looking to increase sales, relationship, and influence with your current customer base, and or if you're just starting out and you really want to take your startup to the next level. We're going to be talking about business principles that have remained the same and have allowed billion-dollar brands to explode into the powerhouse they are, and how you can take these same tactics and apply them to your business. So I hope you're ready. This is going to be very exciting and good. So get rid of all the distractions and get ready to take some notes, okay? Now, I can promise you this, guys. I'm going to share a lot of information with you, and we won't be able to cover every single thing. And I know many of you will have questions and concerns towards the end. I will give you the opportunity to contact me more on a one-on-one basis if you feel so. However, until then, I'm going to give you everything that I can in the time that we have today, okay? So let's go. First off, I want you to understand that everything here that we talk and teach at Entrepreneur City is all based upon the principality of success leaves clues. This simply means that when you want something that you've never done before, not only will you have to do things that you've never done, however, there are people that have already done it, and you can literally model your business after these same brands and see similar results. This is what success leaves clues is all about. Furthermore, this is our guarantee to you. Everything that we teach you here at Entrepreneur City, you can go back and research any of your favorite brands, because I know many of you are skeptical, and you should be, because of all of the online information. It's just so much here and there, social media. It's like we always got a brand new piece of information coming to you. However, here at Entrepreneur City, we are all about taking the principles, the fundamentals of business, because mastery is the art of doing the fundamentals and the principles over and over and over again. And that's what we're sharing with you today. And the reason why that's important, because in a world that's forever changing, change is just so rampant and fast now. Here we are in the middle of 2020 and we're still facing COVID-19. Okay, so that tells you how fast things change. I believe JCPenney's has been in business for over 100 plus years, and they are actually filing bankrupt and closing, I think, 112 stores. But guess what, guys? Even though they are closing some stores, they're not closing. They're not going out of business completely, though. But check this out. Even if they was, imagine if your business was open for over 100 years. Guys, that really proves to you that there are certain things that proves to be clear and true in business, no matter what year, time, decade, or age that we are in. And that's what Entrepreneur City is all about. Okay, success leaves clues. That's what we're all about. We're going to find those clues and lay them out to you so you can use them and implement in your business. But again, guys, everything is all about wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. You know, I started this podcast after working for several Fortune 500 companies and seeing their success, seeing all of these business principles in live in action every day on a regular basis. It was the basic, the fundamental principle things that had these businesses raking in billions of dollars every single year. And I say all of it to say I wanted to share this information with you, because a lot of times we hear about knowledge being power, but if you don't know how to use it, what's the use of getting it, right? So therefore, when you're getting wisdom, I want you to get understanding as well. I want you to understand what we're talking about. And that's why I told you about the success leaves clues principle, because any idea that we talk about here If you can't see it working in your business right now, which is very important because you truly should be able to see these tactics in your business. But if you cannot, for some reason, you can always think about a business that you truly love. Maybe you're an Apple fan, Amazon fan, Rolex, BMW, Stitch Fix, or Fashion Nova. We all have our brands that we truly love. Well, guess what? The principles and fundamentals that we're sharing here at Entrepreneur City and at Small Business University, you can find those tactics and strategies in those business every single day. Okay, so let's jump in. First off, we're going to be talking about the buyer's journey part 3. And before we can even begin, you must understand that the solutions that you provide, because you're in business to solve a problem, right? So the solutions that you provide is all wrapped around a particular type of person. Okay, you can't service everyone. So it might be a certain occupation who you serve, maybe a certain income level, a certain age group, gender, interest, a certain location. You must understand that your ideal client is, and you understanding the problems you solve is one of the most important, if not the most important thing that you can understand and really have down to a T in your business. Okay, it's going to help you clear through the clutter and focus on the people that will actually want to buy. And this is what the buyer's journey is all about. So today we're going to be talking about the decision stage. The buyer's journey is 3 different stages. We already talked about awareness. That's a part 1. Then we talked about consideration. That was in part 2. And now we're talking about the decision stage. This is when you finally are going to make a choice of what product or service that you will buy. We're going to be breaking it down on a scientific level of why people make the decision to shop with you or the other guy. And once you understand the psychological triggers that the clients and prospects are using and need to feel a certain type of way about your business to make that connection, you'll be able to use this instantly in your business to ramp up sales and influence. So I hope you're excited. So the 4 P's of making a decision. It could be product, right? Some people are all about product, place, where is it? How is it accessible to me? Promotion, right? Are you promoting and marketing your products? And price. Obviously, some people, they just want the cheapest price. And then I'll be honest with you, I meet people that want the most expensive thing because they automatically assume that it's going to be higher quality. Okay. So the 4 P's of making a decision, you might want to take notes on that. The product, and that could be product or service. That just means what you're offering. The place, okay, where you located, how accessible really is what this is about. How accessible is it? Okay, promotion, all right, did they hear about it online, offline, and price. So after they're deciding, okay, they know they have choices, they've already done some other research, now they're about to research it again. Now, one thing I want you to understand about the buyer's journey, we broke it down into 3 pieces. Why? Because at some point in time, everything that you purchase, you have touched all 3 of these phases. However, sometimes you are going back to get that item again, and you already know the problem that you have, and you already pretty much know you pretty much already know the vendor or the supplier that you're going to go with, right? So you're instantly at the decision phase. This is why it's important, as I was explaining in part 2, of you meeting the customer where they are. See, you don't want to treat an advanced customer like a baby. Okay, that's like one of the easiest ways I can explain it. Sometimes people come in, like, say for instance, if it was at an auto mechanic, don't get me wrong, regardless of what level they're on, explain it to them like they're 5-year-old, as we talked about in part 1. However, once you get that indicator that they're not a novice or beginner in that particular niche or market of product that they're shopping for, you might want to elevate that and match their language so that they'll know that you can offer them what they want and you're meeting them exactly where they're at. Okay, so now they're searching around and they're ready to make a decision. Some people, they call them hot buyers when they're literally ready to buy right now. So if you know people are going to be searching for products and services, can your marketplace find you? I touched a little bit about this on part 2, but we have many trainings about being able to be found online and offline. Okay, are you making it easy? Meaning, do you have a YouTube channel, a social media? Not even just those things. Are there easily, that's not a word. Are there easy, accessible ways for the prospect to find you online? Okay, but check this out. COVID-19 has really taught us something, and that is we cannot neglect the fundamentals as well as far as being able to be found whether you're online or offline. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that they can find you, whether it be online or offline, whichever one you're using. I'm going to suggest that you use both, especially online. Why? Because you can get targeted prospects to see your information online, but also, I'm going to give you an example. You can pay $10 a week to have 1,300 new prospects see your advertisement every week. Okay, every month. You can get 1,300 new prospects to see your information. And this is targeted prospects, not just any old prospects, some spam list. These are people that you may say, I want a certain zip code, state, a certain industry. Okay, imagine that. $40 a month and 1,300 new prospects to see your marketing every day. Guys, that literally could change your business overnight with just $40. That's less than a cup of Starbucks. If you bought a cup of Starbucks every single day at about $4 a pop, times 30, you're at $120. Guys, you could have purchased almost 4,000 new prospects seeing your marketing pieces with just the Starbucks budget alone. Guys, that's how powerful that is. Okay. Next. So since you already know that they will be in that stage where they're ready to purchase, they're online looking, so they're already in a comparison stage. They're comparing your products with other products. It's pretty much this or that. So now we're going to talk about how you can position your products and services to outshine the other ones. This is why understanding the buyer's journey is important, as well as this is why the buyer's journey is important, but also to understand where the customer is with their purchase and knowing the problem that you're solving. So after they have an understanding that they're going to be comparing products, the next thing is all about reviews and reputation. Remember, I was telling you guys about that earlier. We all do it. I mean, while I'm talking to you about this right now, you literally could be looking for a product online, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look up reviews. Why? Because you want to know if these people are reputable, right? And I know sometimes it's hard when you're just starting out, but guys, there are so many ways around it, such as you can give people discounted services just to review your product. Okay, just to get testimonials, because people want to feel more comfortable about your services. Okay. Next, let's talk about the most common objections that you have that you will hear and how to handle them. Well, number one, a lot of times we hear this, oh, it's too expensive. Then the next one is, we don't need this. After that, I'll call you later. I don't have time right now. Then here's another one. This style is bad. Because don't forget, guys, most people won't like what you have, right? And then the last but not least, your company is too small. A lot of times people perceive that if the company is big, they'll get better services. Now you have some people that are looking for smaller companies because they want that personal touch. This is why it is important for you to understand the positioning your brand have, which pretty much means what makes your brand different. Okay, what makes your brand different? This is why we're breaking down this buyer's journey, because you must understand to a T, like what your customers are expecting, what's most important to them, but not only that, what problems you solve and who the people are that you're talking to. This was a concept about that Steve Jobs started off with when he started talking about you must know your prospect way better than they know themselves when it comes to your solutions, your products and services. So let's talk about the different objections that you will have. First off, at any objection that you have with your prospects, number one, you want to listen. Okay, listen to them to see what they're saying, to understand exactly what they feel the problem is. If they say it's too expensive, if they say we don't need this, oh, I don't have time, or this style is bad, whatever the reasons are, listen to them. Okay, don't try to overtalk them. This is something that I see all the time, and it gets me so frustrated with people of business. I mean, from a restaurant, it doesn't even matter. And I understand that sometimes you get tired of hearing the same questions over and over again. This is why I suggested back at part 2, where you would have a frequently asked questions page. Okay, even if it was just one page on your website or your social media, something that you realize a lot of customers and prospects have thoughts about it or issues and concerns about it. So you go ahead and address it in advance. Guys, this really makes you look like the expert, and it's really a great way to connect with your prospects. Okay, so number one, listen. People are so used to being over talked and just ran over. When you listen, they instantly know, like, wow, they're really not talking while I'm talking. It's funny, guys. I can have a conversation with someone, and people are so used to being in a competition with getting their point across. It's like when you talk to them and don't say anything, they're like, hello, hello. And you simply say, hey, I'm listening. And they're taken back. Guys, that's one simple step right there could bring a customer or prospect closer to shopping with you, just because they now see that you truly care. Okay. Next, number 2 is to understand and empathize with them. Now, understanding is simply saying, hey, give me more information. What do you mean? Help me understand it more, right? So if they say, I don't have time. Okay, I understand. So do you mean that you don't have time because you don't truly want this information, or you're not the one that I need to be talking to? That way you don't waste your time. Okay? So you can really understand. Here's empathize. Empathizing with them is simply saying, I understand what you're saying. They might say, oh man, it's too expensive. Hey, I understand how you feel. I understand how you could think that this is truly too expensive. But when you understand the value of the product, you'll understand that this really equates to $2 a day, which is more than A, B, and C, right? This is why, again, it's important for you to understand what you offer, the difference of it, the value of it. And then when you really key in on that target market, this is how you really go ahead and increase sales and take it home to the bank. Okay, so you're understanding them by asking them open-ended questions to get more information. You're not being aggressive. You're just like, interesting. You want to understand. And then empathizing with them. You're not going back and forth. Oh, it's not too expensive. Oh, you got time. You do need it. Look at this. No. Hey, you understand how you could feel that way. However, right? Okay. Number 3, respond. Acknowledge. Again, that's somewhat of being empathetic about it, but responding and acknowledge. I've literally seen clients, especially in the beauty industry, a client will have a particular request. I've seen stylists blow right over the request and just continue on. They don't even acknowledge the client or nothing. The client's like, did you hear me? And then they'll finally say, oh yeah, I heard you. Come on, acknowledge the client. At least respond to them, letting them know that you heard the request. It's not saying that you're going to do it, but everybody wants to be treated a certain type of way. You know, I see so many people mistreating clients and customers like they're not important. And what you don't realize is competition is so stiff now. People will jump the boat, not just for a cheaper price, but just for relationship and professionalism. So when you know that, you want to make sure you're dotting your I's and crossing your T's. Okay. And number 4, last but not least, confirm, right? You want to reiterate the objection and confirm that you got it right. So you want to simply say, okay, just to understand you clearly, you believe that our program is too expensive? And then they'll say, yes, blah, blah, blah. And then you can go ahead and that's when you fill them in with your value. Now, I kind of gave it to you in a fast or it could be overwhelming manner, but it happens so quickly, right? Because you're listening the whole time, then you're saying, okay, I understand. And then you say, okay, I got you. I understand what you're saying. That's pretty much the same as understanding and empathizing with them. And then next, after they're done talking, see, what you must understand is they're going to be doing the talking. You might have to ask them some more questions for the understanding part, but they're going to be doing all of the talking. So when you finally get to the respond, you're going to say, okay, I understand what you're saying. So let me confirm. What you're saying is you don't have time right now because you have to go pick up your kids from the daycare. Well, how about tomorrow afternoon? How does that work? Okay. You understand what I'm saying? This is how you handle. This is the baseline of handling any objections. Obviously, there's going to be more objections and more detailed ways that you can handle objections. But this 4-step plan, it can help you handle any objection. Because number one, a lot of objections aren't really valid, right? They really just need more information or more understanding. And sometimes it's meant to kind of brush you off as well. But when you really ask them, hey, I just want to understand a little bit more, people are just so used to people not really caring. When you actually show an interest, you're going to pull them in just with that alone. Now, as I was saying, guys, after you are able to answer any objections in this buyer's journey, this is the last step of the decision phase, right? Because when people are about to buy, they got a few objections, right? Do you guys have a warranty? What about customer service? What if it doesn't work? What about shipping? After you can pass all of those things, those objections, and guess what, guys? Half of the objections that we just talked about, you could put that on your frequently asked questions. That's what's so cool when you really understand this buyer's journey. It's like you got everything ready and waiting on them, right? You already know what they want because you understand your product, your problems that you're solving, and you understand your prospects. After that, guys, it's completely and totally time to cash in. It doesn't matter if you have a product or service or restaurant. I can't wait till you guys implement these tactics because I want to hear all about them when you do, because I truly know this works. I see it every single day. Any successful restaurant, club, lounge, gym, clothing brand, any of them, I promise you, you will see the buyer's journey at work. These people, they know their prospect to the T and they know the solution that they provide. Now, last but not least, after you have cashed in, and maybe you didn't cash in the way you wanted to, but guess what? You're going to seal the deal with a post-sale email. Guys, this is so cool. Have you heard the saying that there's a fortune in the follow-up? Well, it is absolutely true, because a lot of times when clients first make that initial contact with your business, even though they made the decision, sometimes they abandon cart. I know I've abandoned a lot of carts. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I've abandoned a lot of carts for just whatever reason it was, but I have done so. So the way you follow back up, and I've observed a lot of businesses, when you abandon cart, good businesses that are really about raking in the sales, they follow up with you. Oops, we saw that you abandoned cart. Oops, we saw that you left some items in your cart. Do you still want those? Okay, so this is why it's very important for you to seal the deal with a post-sale email. But not only that, you can get them to leave you more reviews. This is why getting a system put together for reviews is so important. Now, the best tool that you can use to increase sales, influence, follow up, building relationship with your clients is going to be email marketing. Okay. And even if you're not marketing, it's also known as a autoresponder service. Guys, this is the best tool, I promise you, that you can get as a business owner. Okay. Why? Because you can get this product for almost $19 a month, and you can automatically set up different emails to continue to build relationships and branding with the clients on an automatic basis, 24 hours a day. This is the power of having a autoresponder service. So even if, say for instance, prior to COVID-19, you already had up a complete email series for 6 months, guys, you could have still been building relationship with your clients. Even if you don't have a powerful, let's say for instance, if you don't have a powerful brand just yet, a lot of products and services, right? Guys, with the email campaign, or what I wanted to say was, let's say for instance, if you didn't have a well-established website and you were pretty much a brick and mortar business, had you been keeping in contact via email, you could have put together different products and services that still correlates with your business and sold them online. You could have told them, hey guys, you can come in and pick them up if you wanted. You could have really communicated. This past 6 months has been a time to build relationships with your clients, and email marketing or the autoresponder service is the best way to do so. Now, guys, what I want you to do is, I hope you like this information today. I truly believe, and I know, I'm confident that this could change your business overnight. I see it working in billion-dollar brands every single day. I also seen it while working for 3 Fortune 500 companies, and I know it will work for your brand as well. Well, guys, as I told you earlier, I know we won't have time to get into all the details and answer some of the questions, but check the description box for a free bonus. Find out how you can get 90 days of one-on-one coaching with me, guys, completely free. Well, as always, I want to appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for coming by, stopping by, and watching today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day, guys.